everyone, it's Michelle and welcome back to the Royal Daily Tea. So in America, we are gearing up for Black Friday, Thanksgiving week. It gets really nuts here in the States. People start getting ready for, the holidays, and then we have all of these huge sales, for Black Friday, which for people who don't know, it's the Friday after Thanksgiving, which is always on a Thursday. People go nuts. They call it Black Friday. They have huge sales everywhere, but now companies have gotten really smart. So they've been doing these pre-Black Friday sales, like last week. Of course, we have Cyber Monday, which is the Monday following Black Friday, where you get more deals. But apparently there's a Travel Tuesday. So if you're someone who's interested in planning a trip for 2023, Travel Tuesday is apparently the day that all of the airlines, hotels, cruise lines have really huge sales on Travel Tuesday. I never knew that that existed. So if you're planning a trip, Tuesday of next week is going to be the day that all of those companies offer huge savings. So make sure you check out the deals on Travel Tuesday and let me know if you save money for your next trip. Now, I had a really funny story. I'm one of those very basic Bettys. When I go to Starbucks, I just order whatever's on the menu. I don't know how to order those fancy drinks at Starbucks. I get really tongue-tied and nervous. Well, a funny story. Last week, I went to Starbucks to get one of those holiday drinks. I think it was a sugar cookie frappuccino. And this Starbucks is super, super long. There's always a million cars. It takes forever. So I finally get to the window, and as she hands me my drink and I drive off, I notice it's not a Frappuccino. It's an iced coffee. Well, by that time, I had already driven off. There's like 10 cars behind me. It would be a clear half hour for me to go around to get my drink. Of course, I could have gone into the location, but y'all, I just couldn't be that bothered. So I continued to drink this drink. It was the most amazing coffee I ever had in my entire life. Unfortunately, I don't know what the heck it was. It was someone who clearly had a very special drink. It was like, I believe it's called a sugar cookie foam that you put over an iced coffee, but I really wish I would have saved the sticker because I literally would reorder this person's drink. I feel really bad that I took their drink, but let me know if you have a special drink concoction that you have at Starbucks. Let me know below so I can try out your drink because I'm always looking for a new Starbucks drink. And like I said, I'm very basic, but we have a lot of juicy royal tea to get through. So sit back and relax, grab yourself a beverage, and let's get into the Royal Daily Tea. So if we haven't been berated with the onslaught of fake Hollywood PR for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, or Harry and Meghan of Montecito, with Tyler Perry constantly blowing up smoke, talking about how in love they are, and if I don't have a love story just like Harry and Meghan, I don't want it. And then how he gives her a shout out last week at the Baby to Baby event, with this made-up story of how Meghan personally herself, during the Queen's Platinum Jubilee when she was in the UK, went door to door or store to store looking for baby formula for one of Tyler Perry's employees. That they had a problem, during that time, the baby shortage, and they couldn't find baby formula. So Tyler Perry just reaches out to all of his rich friends, as one does, looking for baby formula for his, quote, employee. That Meghan took it upon herself while she was in the UK, nonetheless, to go store to store looking for baby formula for Tyler Perry's employee. Now, the Platinum Jubilee was filled with people in the streets, guys. It was one of the busiest times in history. So you're trying to tell me the woman who was playing peekaboo in the royal curtains or rolling down the window of cars so she could be seen, because she was barely seen at the Platinum Jubilee, wouldn't have had a meet cute moment with a fan on the street as she was shopping for baby formula, that photograph would have been everywhere. People were lining the streets to celebrate Her Majesty's Platinum Jubilee. So you don't think that Meghan Markle and her little baseball cap wouldn't have been recognized in a store? Come on, guys. That's not Meghan. Okay? Meghan would not have done it. Maybe she sent a staff member, perhaps. But let's be real, Meghan herself didn't do anything. This is what we call things that didn't happen for 1000, Alex. For all of you Jeopardy fans out there, the fact that Tyler Perry once again was singing the praises of a couple he barely knows during an event that had nothing to do with them. For Baby to Baby, an event that quite frankly wiped their hands of them, he felt the need to bring them up in a speech. It's bizarre. It's like, are we in the Twilight Zone? What in the fake PR is going on? And of course, Elton name dropping, acting like he was just the bestest of friends with, Princess Diana. But what many people don't know is that Princess Diana and Elton John actually weren't speaking for a large amount of time. They had a huge falling out 6 months before she passed. They did not reunite until their mutual friend, Giovanni Versace, was unfortunately killed, and 2 months after he died, Princess Diana passed away in a car crash. He does talk about this in his autobiography, Me, Elton John, where he wrote about how they were dear friends for years, and then all of a sudden, unexpectedly, they had this huge falling out. Well, what had happened was that Diana had promised to write the foreword for a coffee table book called Rock and Royalty that was put together by their mutual friend Giovanni Versace. Elton described the book as, quote, a collection of portraits by great photographers and included photographs of music stars such as Prince and Elton John himself. They were all going to pose wearing Versace. Now, Diana said that she would go to the fundraiser where they were going to launch the book. They were going to have this very exclusive dinner where all of the proceeds were going to go to Elton's AIDS Foundation. This was in February of 1997. So more than $400,000 worth of tickets had been sold for the event because, of course, Princess Diana was the it girl of the 80s and the 90s. It was a huge draw. But this was all before Princess Diana had received the advance copy of the book, and then suddenly she completely changed her mind. So the book apparently was in very bad taste. It had a lot of naked men that were maybe posed in photographs with senior royals such as the Queen, and that Princess Diana was completely horrified. And even though a lot of people said this was artistic expression, Diana didn't want to be any part of it. She knew that this would not appeal to the royals, to the Queen. And at this time, Princess Diana was very keen to build bridges with members of the royal family. You have to remember, she still had a son whose legacy was to be the future King of England. She had custody issues with Charles and the royal family. She still wanted to be able to be in her kid's life and have custody and see her children. So if she was to do stuff like this, this could jeopardize her role in the lives of her children. Not to mention, when she divorced Charles, she signed an NDA, promised to never dispel any rumors, any information, say anything bad about the royal family in order to get her huge divorce settlement and to remain in her children's lives. She also wanted to become a roaming UK ambassador and continue on with her charitable work. So this book was definitely not something she could be a part of because it would be very offensive to the royal family. So apparently she asked the authors of the book to remove her foreword, and she declined to attend the event. She even released a public statement saying, quote, I am extremely concerned that the book may cause offense to members of the royal family. For this reason, I have asked for my foreword to be withdrawn from the book, and I will not attend the dinner on February 18th, which is intended to mark the book's launch. So once she had kind of distanced herself from this, the event was completely doomed. A lot of people kind of followed the princess's lead. They canceled it. So this caused a huge rift with Elton John and with Giovanni Versace. So there was a huge feud between Elton and Diana. And of course, they came together at the funeral of Versace when he was unfortunately killed. You know, a lot of people, they always compare Diana with Meghan. Diana was a royalist. She definitely had respect for the Queen, for Prince Philip, for the institution, for the monarchy. Even though it was not a fairy tale for Diana, she very much was not trying to destroy it. You have to remember, Diana was very much about her children. Diana put her children above herself. When her marriage imploded, she stepped aside. She listened to the Queen. She got rid of her HRH. She got rid of her security. She signed the NDA. She got her royal settlement for her divorce, and she played by the rules. The whole interview she did with Martin Bashir was before the divorce. She was tricked into that interview. But after that, she was like, I'll sign whatever you want me to sign. I'll get rid of my titles. I'll play by the rules because I just want to be a mom to my 2 boys. And I would like to become a roaming ambassador for the UK and continue my charitable work as a humanitarian. Diana was not trying to blow up the monarchy because that is her son's legacy. Why would any mother want to destroy her children's legacy? Diana was all about her children. I don't care what you say, she was a mama bear and her kids were her world. She knew William was going to be king. She did not want to destroy that. She didn't care about Charles, but she certainly cared about her son. So you're trying to tell me you think she would love Meghan? No. No, ma'am. No, sir. These are not the same women. Diana was all about her boys. Meghan is all about herself. 2 completely different women. Diana wanted to preserve the monarchy, but she also wanted to continue on as their mother, be an ambassador. She respected the Queen. She respected the rules. She may not have liked them, but she followed them the best that she could. Meghan, if she doesn't have a seat at the table, y'all, she's going to blow it up. Meghan doesn't care. Meghan doesn't even care about her father who almost died. Meghan doesn't care about her kids. You never see her with her kids. It's all about how much money and fame Meghan can get. Meghan is about Meghan. I'm sorry, but that is my opinion. Princess Diana would not take kindly to someone like Meghan who came in and put a wedge between her 2 boys who had a very close relationship and to a woman who is jeopardizing the legacy of her oldest son, William, not to mention 3 of her grandbabies who are still in the royal fold, and is destroying the life of her younger son. Diana would have wiped the floor with Meghan. Diana would not have been a fan of Meghan, who is literally trying to hurt and character assassinate members of the royal family. Diana would not have been about that. Diana was raised a Spencer. She was an aristocrat. She knows the deal, and she respected the Queen and Prince Philip. And the way that Harry and Meghan treated his grandparents, disgraceful. Diana would not have been about that. Period. Now, there's a very interesting thing that has come out. Kerry Kennedy is kind of defending why they are giving this bogus award to Harry and Meghan, because quite a few people are like, why are they getting this award? What have they done exactly? This is kind of embarrassing. Another fake award. People are calling them out. So she came out and decided to tell people why she's giving them this award, which is even worse. She's calling them heroic against their stance for structural racism of the royal family. Are you kidding me? You are giving this couple an award for telling porky pie lies on national television. Ma'am, Google is free. You're an embarrassment. Sit down. You are literally dragging your family's legacy, the Kennedys, through the mud by associating with these two royal grifters. And now you're harking on the heroic stance against structural racism with zero proof. Where's your proof? Where's the heroic stance? Slamming their family on national television, writing a book, having a Netflix crew follow you around for a docuseries for money? That's heroic? Where is your example of the racism? Because I'm not seeing it. Hearsay is not proof. I can say I'm a skinny bitch and I'm rich. Well, let me tell you, sweetheart, that ain't true on either account. I wish it was, but it ain't true. We're taking their word for it, but quite frankly, their word hasn't been proven to be truthful. So the fact that you're backing these two, it's like the nepotism game of the rich. You literally can play connect the dots of the nepotism and how they're all connected and how they're all in bed together, and you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. It's weird and it's disgusting, quite frankly. I found a gentleman on YouTube by the name of Craig Hamilton Parker, who is a psychic, and he did his 2023 royal psychic predictions for the royal family. Now, I have to say, I've never seen him before, but this video was very enjoyable for entertainment purposes. But I have to be honest with you, I think he is on to something. He predicts that in 2023, Meghan Markle is going to get a talk show, which I kind of can see happening, even though it is a complete nightmare. He sees her getting some kind of talk show, kind of an Oprah-esque talk show. I'm thinking kind of like the Me You Can't See on either Apple TV, maybe Netflix, could be part of their deal. She gets a little talk show, very woke, where she's going to go after the history of the monarchy, the structural firm of the monarchy, and the history of colonialism. Basically, she's going after the foundation of the monarchy. She's no longer going to be attacking the members of the royal family like Charles and Camilla and William, but she's going after the institutional structure of the monarchy. And here she's getting this award for being a hero for the fighting the structural racism of the royal family. It's like, is she laying the groundwork? Is she basing her new supposed talk show off of this award? And it's like, oh my God, I can see Meghan doing this because she really doesn't have that much ammunition against members of the current royal family. But why not go after the establishment, the history, the colonization? Because that's a very woke, hot topic, and a lot of people who want to get rid of the monarchy would jump on that bandwagon. You know what I mean? There's already controversy over some of the jewels that are part of the royal family, and I believe a crown for the royal family that a lot of people don't want Camilla to wear a certain crown. And I'm thinking to myself, Meghan Markle is the type of person, in my opinion, where she's not getting a seat at the table, she's going to blow that shit up. She doesn't care. I mean, the woman doesn't care about her daddy who's laying on his deathbed. You think she's going to care about the royal family and the institution and the history and the perseverance of the monarchy? Nope. If they're not going to give her a title or give her children the title and all the security, and she doesn't have that seat at the table that she's always talking about in her speeches, that seat at the table and my voice, honey, she's going to blow that shit up. So I can totally see a talk show with her wokeism, kind of like her failed podcast 2.0, with her talking about, again, some moaning wokeness and then going after the institutional monarch history and the colonization. He also mentions there's going to be a huge political problem with her and Harry bringing up India. the whole history with the UK and India, and this could lead to their downfall and the removal of titles. Now, like I said, this is just for entertainment. I will leave a link to his video. It was very, very enjoyable, but I honestly believe he is on to something because she's getting this really weird award for the racism against the royal family, going into the structural racism, and now she's going into the history. It's kind of like, is this starting, a huge avalanche of hatred she's going to hurl toward the monarchy for a dollar bill? So let me know what you guys think. What do you think of Harry and Meghan getting this PR fluff from Tyler Perry and Elton John? What do you think of Elton John playing up his friendship with Princess Diana? And what do you think about Meghan Markle getting this Ripple Hope Award for her stance against the structural racism of the monarchy? And do you think this gentleman could be right in his psychic predictions about Meghan Markle taking on the structural history of the monarchy in 2023? Thank you guys so much for stopping by my channel. Please make sure to check out my social media accounts and my other YouTube channel. You're going to get a ton of brand new content coming out later this week, so stay tuned. As always, thank you for stopping by my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.